The teachers are really nice. It's been great playing with other people, especially now during, COVID and all that stuff.
Every class I learn something new, and I'm always excited to show everyone what I learned. It's been really fun, a really fun experience for me.
Oh, that strawberry roan. Oh, that strawberry roan. They said he's a cayuse that's never been rode. Any man that would try him would surely be throwed. Oh, that strawberry roan. Hi, I'm James, and I'm teaching guitar, ukulele, and banjo at the Caffe Lena School of Music. And today I wanted to show you a few sort of basic things about guitar to hopefully maybe get you a little bit inspired or interested in learning this instrument. And the guitar is great because you can do so many different things with it. But the downside, if there is one, is that it takes a little while to get started. There's just no real shortcut in the beginning. You have to practice and you have to learn how to do all the different things. And it will take a few weeks or months, depending on how much time you have to spend working on it. But it does take some work. But I like to break it down into easily learnable things. I think that's one of the things that makes it hard to learn if you try to do too much at once in the beginning. So let's just talk about how the guitar makes sound, first of all. Notice this, when you strum the strings, they ring. But watch what happens. If I lightly rest my left hand on the strings, they stop vibrating right away. So to get that nice ringing, melodious sound, the strings need to vibrate freely. But we can actually make a lot of music without any notes or chords at all. So let's talk about the right hand. And this is the hand that we use to actually make the sound, putting the strings in motion. So I like to use my fingers. Some people strum just with their thumb, or some people use a pick, or you can use your fingers on each of the strings. But I like to strum with my fingernails. It makes a nice percussive sort of sound. And I'm just swinging my hand down and then up again. See if you can do this with a nice steady rhythm. And as you get more comfortable, you can speed it up. See, I'm making some strums louder than others. So if you can learn to do this strumming, you can strum along with any music that you might be listening to on the radio or on the internet, or even if you're playing with some people who already know how to play, you can do some nice rhythm sounds with them, and you don't need to know any chords or any notes or anything like that. And as long as your rhythm is steady, people will be happy to have you there playing with them. All right, let's talk about some other things about the guitar really quick. One of the things that takes a really long time and is really challenging at first is pushing the strings down. And what that means is, you see how the strings are stretched from this part here all the way to this part here? And it vibrates in between those 2 points. But you can make other notes on the guitar by pushing these strings into these little metal bars here. These are called frets. And what you do is you push the string into the fret, and it makes the string shorter. which makes the sound higher. Listen to this. Hear how the sound gets higher and smaller? That's because we're making the string shorter. So if you want to make the notes sound differently together, you can put your fingers down on the strings and push those strings into the frets to make a different sound. All right, so we're not going to get into learning a lot of chords and different things right now. But what I do want to show you is that it's very easy to push the strings into the frets. And your initial idea might be to squeeze with your left hand, to squeeze those strings down like a little clamp. That will work, but it's very difficult, and it will hurt your hands, and you'll get discouraged. Let me show you the easy way to do it. All right, so look at my right arm. My right elbow is resting on the guitar, and I'm actually pushing the guitar. I'm pushing my elbow back with my shoulder. And look what that does to this side of the guitar. It makes it go that way. My shoulder's very strong. There's big muscles in my shoulder, right? So I'm making the guitar go this way. Now with my left arm, we're going to pull back this way. So it's kind of like a seesaw. If you've ever seen a seesaw, somebody really big and heavy is on this side, and then somebody hops on this side to make it go back this way. All right, so that's what we're going to do with our arms. And we're really going to use those muscles in our shoulders to push the strings into the frets, believe it or not. The other thing you need to do is curl your fingers. If you were hanging on the edge of a cliff, your hands wouldn't be flat like this. You would be hanging on for dear life with your fingers clawed up like that, because that makes them stiff and rigid. So using just those two things, you can curl your fingers with your left arm, pull back this way, and anchor the guitar with your right elbow like that. I'm pushing all these strings down. I'm not even using my thumb. I'm just using my shoulders and the stiffness of my curled fingers to push the strings down. So if you're having trouble pushing the strings down, which is the hardest thing when I was starting, is it really hurt my fingers. It was very hard to push the strings down. So try using your big muscles in your shoulders to do that. So I hope talking about some basic guitar techniques like the ones I mentioned get you inspired and make you realize that this is something you can do with a little practice and some time spent. So let me just play you one of the songs we might get to in the classes here at the Caffe Lena School of Music. We'll learn some different chords and strumming patterns along the way. This is a song called Wayfarin' Stranger. I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world below. There is no sickness, no toil nor danger in that bright land to which I go. Hope to see you there sometime.